Yo, what's good everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we've got some awesome topics for you guys. So let's go ahead and get right into it. And we are starting off with the rumored N64 Mini appearance or images leaked online. But I talked about this on the Spawncast the other day and I saw it blow up over the internet. And I decided to take a little bit of time to look over some things. And there are some glaring type of deals that I see with this. First, this is screenshots of something else, not the actual unit itself. So a computer screenshot of somebody saying this is what this leaked thing is. Now, of course, it looks real. Obviously, you see it, you see the mini stuff, you see things that are connected to what Nintendo's done with previous systems, but it's hard for me to think that these are actual real screenshots of the N64 Mini. If that is a thing, many people are believing that it is true because it's screenshots off of something else. Now, if it was the actual unit itself, then maybe I'd be more inclined to kind of take a better look at it, but it's going off of something else. So I'm just not so sure about this. These rumors popped up from Twitter and also on Reddit. A person named Nacho and Pistachio apparently leaked these images out, and I guess with a name like that you have to be credible, right? So everybody's talked about this, right? We've had multiple different videos and people think that it's real. On the Spawncast we talked about it, we felt that it was real, or at least they felt that it was more real so than not. But I think everybody's thinking more so that it's real because we all know that an N64 Mini is probably coming. Nintendo had trademarks, so people are thinking, look at this thing, this looks really real at this point. And it could be, but at the same time there just seems to be some issues or some problems that I do have with the images and it being taken off of a computer screen. So somebody could have easily did a mock-up render of these things. We've seen it before multiple different times, and you know what this actually reminds me of? This reminds me of the Super Smash Bros. Palutena leak, where somebody took a render that they made or something like that and superimposed it on a Nintendo 3DS screen, and then everyone said, yo, this is real. Then it turned out to be fake. But then actually Palutena ended up being in the game, and that model was somewhat close to what she was going to have. Not exactly the same, but somewhat close. So this kind of reminds me of that, right? Like they take like something to where people know or they think that's going to be real, which is an N64 Mini. They make a mock-up on it, render it, put it online and say this is it. And while that might be fake, this might be fake, the mock-up here might actually be what the N64 Mini looks like when it's all said and done, or when it actually gets announced. So I think this is more of one of those situations than anything else. I'm not going to 100% believe this just because we've been fooled so many times on things like this. But at the same time, this is a very convincing mock-up with some of the stuff. I know my boy Shadow Fox Infinite, he was like, hey, there's some fake things on this as well. And I personally feel that we're going to get an N64 Mini. So this is basically just semantics at this point. This is just somebody trying to rile up somebody maybe, or maybe it's real, we don't know, but it doesn't matter. I think an N64 Mini is coming. It's just a matter of time and when Nintendo decides to announce it, because we know that the PS1 Classic or Mini is coming or whatever. So I know Nintendo's going to have something up their sleeves. Once again, we know that the trademarks were there and there's lots of money to be made on these portable micro consoles. The NES Classic, the Super Nintendo Mini, all of those have been doing really well at retail. Nintendo even put the NES Classic back in stores because it was doing so well, or it did so well, and they didn't think it would do so with these old games. So yeah, I just think that it's one of those things to where you have to have it. And if Nintendo can go all the way up to the GameCube, I think they're gonna do it. I honestly think they're gonna do it because there's a lot of money to be made and they're charging a good price for these, right? This would be at least 80 bucks for this thing. So what do you guys think about this leaked, apparently N64 Mini rumor out there? The images here, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, and moving into the next topic here, we have something that I didn't expect from Sony, but it definitely looks like they're going to be doing this because Senran Kagura Burst has been delayed in the West to remove the intimacy mode from the PlayStation 4 version. And the intimacy mode is very much like Senran Kagura Reflections on the Nintendo Switch, and Nintendo allowed that. So I think this is definitely a step back for Sony. But let's go ahead and get into what the developer and the publisher had to say on the matter. So Xseed Games has delayed the launch launch of Senran Kagura Burst in North America and Europe from its previously planned fall release window in order to remove the intimacy mode from the PlayStation 4 version at the request of Sony Interactive Entertainment, the company said in a statement. While the mode will remain in the PC version, both versions are being delayed. Quote, the release of Senran Kagura will be slightly delayed as we remaster to remove the interactive intimacy mode from the PlayStation 4 version, XC Games said in a tweet. The Steam version will release with the mode intact and will launch simultaneously with the PlayStation 4 version. We are looking forward to sharing the release date shortly and appreciate your patience. Now, in a follow-up tweet, the company did also say this, quote, we respect the wishes of the platform holder. The platform holder in this case is Sony Interactive Entertainment, obviously on that one. So XC Games localization producer Tom, I cannot say that last name, or at least I don't want to mess it up, said in a tweet that in previous entries in the series allowed this mode for a Western release. The removal for this game is due to a brand new policy from Sony, and he also believes that it's the interactivity in general that's the issue, which is kind of like the fondling or type of deal that you do. If you've seen Senran Kagura Reflections on the Nintendo Switch, that's essentially what this is, which is a side mode or side type of deal in this game, Senran Kagura Burst. Now, in an unrelated note, the official Twitter account for ToeJam and Earl, Back in the Groove, responded to XC Games' tweet saying, same thing happened to us, but they did not elaborate on that. So that's interesting. So this is not the first time that we've seen this, right? Sony's done it with some other games, Omega Labyrinth Z. There are some erotic moments going on, and maybe because the girls were kind of younger in that, I'm not really sure, but I think maybe that's what's going on here, guys, that the women in the game are maybe like, you don't know what age they are, or they look a little too young, or whatever the case is. So I'm not going to sit here and try to say this is the exact reason, or this is the exact reason, or vilify Sony too much for this. Obviously it's a step back though, right? It's a step back because you delay the game was supposed to be out in the fall, so Senran Kagura actually has a nice solid core fan base of people, small but still solid base of people that were looking forward to playing the game this fall. And if you're going to get it on PC, it's like, what the heck, this game is delayed because of Sony's new policy or whatever that they didn't let them know beforehand, that they waited all the way to this point to where it gets to a delay. I think this should have been handled or squashed a while ago. It would have been a mature rating. It's not going to be an AO rating. So I don't like the fact that they're doing it, but it's their system. They have their policies. I know Nintendo did some censoring and certain stuff. Microsoft has censored. Every company is censored somewhat or not. Publishers, developers, it's all happened throughout the industry. So it's just one of those things. But I would figure, since this mode, essentially what it is Senran Kagura Reflections, which is on the Nintendo Switch here in the West, there was no real censoring there. The fact that they would just let it be in there, but apparently they're not going to. So what do you guys think about this? You feel it's a step back for Sony with this policy? I do. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the last topic here, Dragon Quest Builders 2 demo has been announced, which is really hype, by the way. Plus, we got some new gameplay footage as well. So Square Enix will release a demo for Dragon Quest Builders 2, the company announced during the Dragon Quest Builders 2 extracurricular lesson at Eon Mall Makuhari Shintoshin. A release date for the demo was not announced. Now, speaking at the event, the producer talked about the development of the full version and how everything is going. They're getting near the finish. It's dropping this fall. Everything's looking good so far, but they will do a demo so you guys can check it out. And once again, this is the best thing about the Nintendo Switch being region free, is that you can download the demo, the Japanese demo, and you can kind of get through it and play it and see how you like it, see how it looks. We don't have to worry about that, because back on the Wii U, if you wanted to play something in Japanese, or if you wanted to do that, you had to literally have the Japanese system or have the region. It was separated to the European and Japanese and North America, and now it's not like that at all. So this is really great. I love to see that they're doing a demo for the game, because I think this is the type of game that you really want to make sure that you get into as many hands as possible, but it's not as popular as the mainline Dragon Quest. So there just isn't as much build up or hype for this type of game. So a demo is a great way to kind of show people and let people say, hey, you can check this out, you can play it, see how you like it, and if you do like it, then you can purchase it with this one, because not a lot of people have played the Dragon Quest Builders franchise, and Dragon Quest Builders just isn't as popular here in the West. But even in Japan, Dragon Quest Builders isn't as popular as the regular Dragon Quest. So I think it's a good idea to try to pull in those Dragon Quest fans in Japan. They just came off of Dragon Quest 11, Nintendo 3DS, also on the PlayStation 4. Well, that came out last year for them, so it is what it is there. But still, having consistent Dragon Quest games come out is definitely good, and I think that having a demo for them is awesome, and we'll be able to play that demo as well. So I'll definitely be checking that out once it does drop. We don't know when it is. This game is launching though this fall. It's launching this fall in Japan, so it should be 2018 in Japan. I think it's like December something, December 20th. There you go. So it's winter, really. So this winter in Japan, December 20th, we're going to be getting the game, or Japan's going to be getting the game. You can download it if you want to. I'm guessing that we're going to get the game here in the West in February, because Nintendo and Square Enix launched Dragon Quest Builders for the Nintendo Switch in February, so I'm guessing they're going to take just a few months or a couple months or so to launch it there. They have Kingdom Hearts coming out in January, so that's really close. There's a lot of heavy hitters, but I think February would be a good month, the end of February, for this style of game. So what do you guys think about Dragon Quest Builders 2? What do you think about the censoring of Senran Kagura and this rumor about leaked images of the N64 Mini? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of Player Essence across the internet, in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting Player Essence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.